Every day, new uses of NFTs are discovered in the digital art and collectibles world. As big online sales have taken place to a whole new crypto audience, digital artists have seen fantastic changes in their lives. The question is, how can you use NFTs in your career and education? Luckily for you, Nugget Lover, we have prepared all the things you need to know on how you can use NFTs in your career and education. Remember that while the first step is completing any of these amazing courses, the second and possibly more important step is taking action even if it's imperfect action. Let's get this video started. As many people enjoy watching The Simpsons, as per our mentor, it makes him feel nostalgic. He recalled that when it was aired during his teenage years, he still finds it funny and timely till today. An episode from 1995 is more vivid in our mentor's memory, one where Bart sells his soul. Our mentor only realized it when he took an interest in blockchain technology and the proliferation of NFTs. When the painter Beeple sold his token for $69 million at a Christie's auction in February 2021. Representing a digital collage of 5,000 images, many artists, skeptical members of the public, and budding creators became interested in NFTs. Many were trying to figure out what they are. Others were curious about how they could be created and monetized. To digitally create a photo, they minted an NFT. The photo was less exciting than they thought, and it is not yet sellable, so far at least. After the Beeple toy sale, Jack Dorsey's first tweet was sold for $2.9 million. NBA Top Shot helped demonstrate investors had been pouring their money into crypto collectibles that generated a market cap over $1 billion in February 2021. In the same time period, the combined value of non-fungible tokens has increased by 1,785%. Forbes recently reported that as celebrities and amateurs alike create their own non-fungible assets to sell, the value grew enormously. A growing number of experts have cited the total market capitalization of tokens to be a bubble. And with time, it is getting increasingly more obvious. As we continue to explore NFTs in our creative practice and reach out to scientists, we see that they have many potential applications in areas beyond the purely artistic. In this video, you won't find speculations about how it's possible to make a quick buck with cryptocurrencies, nor will you find a comparison between cryptocurrency valuations and artwork values. Instead, we will share some ways these digital items can actually be used. New technology and future trends use the concept of non-fungible tokens to create a transparent, distributed digital ledger for security, ownership, and ownership transfer that could proliferate a variety of areas like content creation and payments. These future scenarios are not yet fully realized, but are discussed within the blockchain community. Now, let's go to the technical fundamentals of NFT. It would be useful for you to understand the basics of NFTs, what they are, how they work on the blockchain, and how traditional assets like stocks or real-world currencies can be tokenized. The fundamentals are: Number 1. New types of digital tokens are getting popular. They are built on top of the blockchain and cannot be replicated or counterfeited. These tokens are called NFTs, standing for non-fungible tokens. Number 2, digital tokens that may include audio, image, text, or video files, as well as computer code executed within the blockchain. Number 3, many different types of crypto assets exist on the blockchain. These assets are then traded and bought with tokens that can be exchanged within the trading platform. And number 4, tokens are kept in a digital wallet where it is safe and has no physical form. An immutable file, blockchain, or smart contract is a form of enforced contract that exists on the blockchain. With so much focus on blockchain technology in recent years, it affects all facets of our lives because it is easily accessible and transparent for those interacting with it. NFTs are a representation of these contracts that anyone can use in the future. Contracts are necessary to operate a decentralized autonomous organization. They will be enforced automatically by code, and no outside regulatory bodies will have input, like securities trading entities. Creating and owning content is one of the most important practices in digital marketing because any information a person shares can become an asset that generates revenue. Here are some examples. Let's say you choose to purchase an NFT product from Peter. The agreed price is transferred from your crypto wallet to Peter. Your NFT is then transferred to Peter's account for safekeeping until the product ships. Additionally, Peter will give you a digital copy of the work being sold as well as fully owned rights to it. Once it's complete, on completion, Peter provides you the image to use or distribute however you so wish. So, for each time Peter used your copyrighted artwork to create a poster print, you receive a commission of $1. In return for the rights to use my work and receive royalties, each time your work is sold by a new owner, I will receive a 5% royalty. With smart contracts, the NFT is created, and any money owed to the creator is automatically dispersed on the blockchain, with no need as a creator to keep track of future ownership. I cannot claim my royalties as they are also automated. You do not need to chase commissions from me because they too have been similarly automated. Enabling automated transactions by using machine learning is one of the many benefits offered by blockchains, like Ethereum. These decentralized computer programs allow for complex business logic to be executed without centralized oversight or control. These are a few of the ways that NFTs could be used in future to benefit both artists and non-artists alike. So, how does selling NFT impact your career and earnings? Now, some companies offer investors the chance to invest in an individual's career by prepaying them in return for potential future earnings. If you create an NFT, the buyers or several buyers would invest in the future earnings of your company. This is a good way to fund your company, and it provides support and helps for starting up new projects. Theoretically, when you create an NFT, it will have a future earning potential that can be exchanged for investments. A smart contract would ensure that the holder of your NFT was remunerated as you earn from writing, meaning it could be sold for more valuable in later years. If your career was booming, you could potentially earn more from selling your NFT or multiple ones. This concept is similar to how corporations were able to crowdsource funds by selling shares in themselves to venture capitalists or by listing their stock on the stock exchange. This smart contract enables the creator to market themselves based on future earnings or when their project will take off. The project becomes more tangible and investors are relieved of worry that what they're purchasing won't succeed. This could introduce an innovative way for founders to raise funds, similar to issuing a future contract. NFTs are an equivalent of paying someone before they do their job. Giving people who have little other options in their career the ability to demonstrate their worth as an investment is expected to create a big market for NFTs. Some people who lack credibility or experience may benefit from using this new smart contract, which allows investors to feel comfortable about generating a return on their investment. How does NFT prove ownership of your ideas? What if you could prove that you came up with an idea or have a technical concept without having to file for copyright or go through a costly legal process? An NFT is a token on the blockchain, which can become irrefutably recorded with evidence of that moment stored in the blockchain. Jack Dorsey's tweet shows how this is what has been achieved by using NFTs. It's not the content of the tweet, but what it represents during that moment in time, when a new social media platform sprung to life and was used by who. The blockchain immutably records transactions and entities connected to them, ensuring there are no discrepancies with date, time, or other fields of data for the correct interpretation of events. I imagine that in time, we will witness the first cases where digital evidence from the blockchain can prove justice is served by providing irrefutable details about an event. It has never been easier to create and share information online on the internet. That same infrastructure can make it just as easy for ideas to be stolen. The blockchain allows a new type of digital currency that is created as an NFT or non-fungible token, which protects its value and makes it valuable even if it is time-sensitive or associated with something that keeps to its value. When it comes to smart contracts, I'm sure one can't help but notice as soon as they start working with others that not everyone involved in a project is going to be paid equally. In fact, not all those who contribute equally to achieving the goal of a project, even if they go by familiar labels such as an engineer or a customer service representative, are going to be paid the same amount. With a smart contract, you could be paid the same regardless of performance metrics or the difficulty of the task. Number 1, in order to incentivize developers to code features into a project, revenue was handled via royalties. Instead of being paid based on how many hours they spent on a project, engineers could earn compensation from each line of code that is part of their final product. Number 2, marketers could be paid based on their social media posts that receive the most engagement or sales. Based on an algorithm, they could have been paid according to the ads they generated which achieved the best quality. Number 3, instead of designing the features that would get the most money, these product designers would be paid based on the features they conceived and designed, which received the most positive feedback from consumers. However, performance-based compensation may not work with all employees and all jobs. It requires thoughtful design to make it fair and practical. But performance-based compensation could incentivize excellent performance in a variety of roles. This is achievable by each employee's NFTs having the conditions for its smart contract to reward them for exemplary and measurable performance, which would automatically happen. Aside from the basic salary with commission, salespeople are also paid to sell, and it would be logical for companies to use NFTs. If there were an open way for subjects of an NFT to simply apply themselves without the need for an intermediary company, everyone involved would benefit from a more collaborative and socially sharing marketplace. Your creation and ideas won't be of waste, for it will be rewarded. If algorithm-generated machine data could be used to document meetings and analyze discussions in order to measure future business outcomes, then the system would be able to analyze who is responsible for specific ideas and whether or not they will generate revenue or reduce costs. Contributors could contribute to town planning processes with an NFT that represents their contribution. The tokens would then be traded among contributors and used for other activities in the community. This form of decentralization will encourage more thoughtful contribution to the community instead of people wasting time. Given the extent to which voice data is already being recorded by Alexa, Siri, and many other autonomous agents that have been implemented right now, it seems like a good idea to automate the process. The technology behind platforms like Alexa, Google Home, and Amazon Echo are here, so they are more than capable of using machine learning algorithms to identify sentiment and sentiment objectives, allowing for better conversations in our lives. New technologies might be the means through which we as individuals can benefit from data collected by voice assistants and other intelligent devices such as Amazon and Apple. So, what's NFTs do with education? Entering the workforce with the assumption that because you had completed your education, you would be able to figure out how to make better decisions as an adult. Many students start to participate in education at a young age, amassing generalist skills and undertaking specialization until they find adulthood. They then seek out a career that will pay for the specialist skills they developed during their schooling. COVID-19 has highlighted that online learning necessitates flexibility and new skills, as emerging technologies evolve quickly. With this model, greater numbers of people can be catered to, delivered more efficiently than conventional education. The decentralized model provided access to a larger variety of people for a faster rate of change. People would rather pay a fee and gain the benefits of the world's best educational institutions without committing to a 4-year degree. If we could get a virtual credit card for our service industry job, we might be able to cut out the need for additional degrees by getting access to online courses such as those offered by Harvard. Access to education across universities could be managed using an NFT. When the token is no longer needed, it could be sold and used again by another person. A token that is issued by a university like Cambridge, Stanford, or Princeton could have an NFT issued for it. That would allow holders of the token to access courses given by professors for learners who are taking up their studies. This would take control away from middlemen such as tutors and has been shown to encourage students to become more engaged in teaching themselves, which leads on their chosen career. The learner who would pay for the education and have the right to sell their NFT in the future would also benefit from a better education. Providers of courses who provide a quality education would see increased demand and price of their NFT. This would incentivize them to improve quality because they would still receive money even when demand falls. Cryptocurrency discussions typically revolve around money, speculation, and electricity. NFT discussions are focused on non-fungible tokens and their many uses and applications. Cryptocurrency and non-fungible tokens aren't always met with pleasant surprises, which is understandable considering the two technically can go hand in hand. Some of the ways that NFTs could change our lives and workflows are currently unknown, but these ideas seem like potential possibilities. It is unlikely that NFTs will replace conventional ways of protecting intellectual property, paying employees, or enabling access to education. Instead, technical experts predict that NFTs will take a more stabilizing role in certain aspects but continue to be used alongside fiat money system. However, Bitcoin does not completely replace a US dollar. That's it for this video, Nugget Lover. Remember to subscribe to our channel, and if you feel like we have delivered value, please share this video with one person. That's right, just one person is token of your appreciation for the hard work you put into making content that educates and helps you on your mission of building your own fortune. Remember, you can watch video after video, but it isn't until you actually take action that you'll start to see results. See you soon.